My name is James Dean Vogel, and this is Between Two Ferrules. Today's guest on Between Two Ferrules is Scott Herskovitz from Qosina. He is CEO and president of the company that his father founded. And we'd like to welcome him here to talk about Qosina and some general trends here in the single-use community. Welcome, Scott. Yep, nice to have you here. Well, we're glad that you could stop by today and tell us a little bit about Qosina. We have your catalog here, which a lot of folks have been seeing. And as we tell a lot of our clients, we feel this is about as close as you can be to McMaster car for this industry.
We aspire to be known as a McMaster car, so it's a great comparison. Thank you.
Very good, very good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Qosina and some of the things that you're doing there?
So I never realized when my father started Qosina 40 years ago that how important this catalog would be to so many people. And I'm so proud to be at the helm of Qosina today, helping people, design engineers and companies iteate their designs with off-the-shelf components so that we can have the next generation of applications more quickly. I was speaking to someone who is a vaccine manufacturer, and he was telling me that vaccine production and development has gone from 9 years to 9 months through the use of single-use systems. And that's fascinating to me, and I'm so proud that the work that we've done in the past is helping people now to be able to bring things to market faster.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the evolution, because the catalog really started more as medical devices, and now you're making that transition to the single-use arena.
Well, over the years, due to the nature of a highly regulated industry that is medical devices, we've developed and invested in the processes to make sure that high-quality products are delivered to our customer specifications. And so it wasn't that much of a leap to say we can take this and apply it to the needs of the bioprocess industry.
See, and when we do some of our training, we talk a lot about how for the biopharm community, we're borrowing a lot of the techniques that came from medical devices. And then when you even start to look at current things, one of the major things is sterilization. When you talk about gamma radiation and ways to do that versus SIP and other things we did in the past, we're just taking the playbook from medical device, and this is a natural progression, I think, for something like that to happen.
Well, the validation process is the same, whether it's medical device or bioprocess. And so taking all of that learning and the documentation that's necessary, whether it's drawings or safety data sheets, material data sheets, extractables and leachables, and being able to deliver a plastic piece with all of the documentation that's needed for either regulatory or scientific purposes is where we've sort of carved out a niche here that allows people to really embrace going to the Qosina catalog as a component store.
Absolutely. I think one of the other advantages is quantity, right? Because if we order from one of the manufacturers, it may be in the thousands of pieces that they'd be able to sell us. How small of a lot could we get from you?
You can get one piece. I mean, we do have a $25 order minimum, but you can mix and match 25 different parts if you wanted. And we found that also to be a value-added place because you may be doing testing, and of course we do offer free samples of many items just for testing purposes, but sometimes you need 33, 66. We're surprised at the exact numbers that people need for their applications. But many of these people don't want to buy a whole box of 2,000 pieces, and we're happy to break it down. And we're one of the only people that's willing to do that, and that creates value for the supply chain.
Absolutely does. We've helped many of our integrator clients use your services to do that.
Thank you.
Can you tell us something new that you're coming out for the single use? I know we've talked a little bit about some of the new innovations yet. Maybe you can show us something.
Yeah, sure. Well, we had some learning from our experience in the medical device industry, and one of the things that has been developed for a long time is preventing misconnections or being able to identify different lines, right? A nurse is in a healthcare setting and there's so many different lines maybe coming out of a patient, and there could be a problem if you connect, you know, the feeding line to the IV line.
Mhm.
And so what we've been coming out with are color-coded clamps.
So you could differentiate lines or something, you know, if it's on a cross-flow setup or
Exactly.
something.
Exactly, manifolds, cable ties, and this color-coded is just another way of error-proofing what you're doing in your application.
Very nice. And this all comes with their full certification and paperwork to
No,
follow them up?
absolutely, we won't add a part of that unless it has all the documentation to back it up.
Fabulous, fabulous. That's great. So I think you know this gives you a good idea of what Qosina has, excuse me, and the catalog and where you can get items that can really help support the single-use community. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? I understand that you've taken on some high-end cocktails and coming up with some ways to look at different ways to look at treating cocktails.
Well, you know, Jim, being home for all this time, this is actually my first business trip since the pandemic. So I'm very
Thank you
excited to be here.
for choosing us as one of your first
Thank you.
visits.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
The very first visit, actually. So
Okay.
Thank you. But being home all this time was both a blessing and a curse. But the blessing was that I had extra time to pursue some hobbies, and one of them is infusing liquor with, you know, whether it's a straight vodka, rum, tequila, with fruit or herbs or spices. And so when you're making cocktails, it just adds another layer of complexity to the cocktail that really wows people, and it's not that much effort.
What's the one you're most proud of? What's the one that really stands out to you that you've done?
It's probably the strawberry basil rum infusion, which you then just add a little bit of lime and simple syrup and soda water, and you get a really nice, and a little bit of juice, you know, passion fruit juice or orange juice or something. It adds all these different flavors, and with a little soda on top, and it's a great adult summer soda.
Sounds fantastic. Sounds fantastic. Well, again, we'd like to thank you for visiting us and giving us a little background to Qosina and some of their products that are out there. And we wish you well, and please come back again to see us.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for having me.